People usually think their life will change because of one big decision, a sudden breakthrough, a dramatic moment where everything finally clicks. But almost nobody's life actually changes that way. Real change is quiet, so quiet that most people mistake it for nothing happening. And that's exactly why small habits work and why most people ignore them. Right now, your future is being shaped by things you barely notice. Not your goals, not your motivation, but the tiny actions you repeat without thinking. If that sounds uncomfortable, good, because uncomfortable truths are usually the useful ones. Most people don't fail because they're lazy or incapable. They fail because they're waiting for change to feel obvious. Small habits don't feel obvious. They feel pointless. And that's where the misunderstanding begins. Think about this for a second. If small habits are so powerful, why don't they feel powerful when you start? Why does reading one page feel useless? Why does saving a small amount feel meaningless? Why does doing 5 minutes of work feel like it won't matter? The answer is simple. Because early progress is invisible. Your effort is real, but the results haven't surfaced yet, and the human brain hates that. Your brain wants proof, it wants feedback, it wants reassurance. When it doesn't get that, it assumes the action isn't working. So people quit too early, right before the curve starts to bend. If you've ever stopped something because it wasn't making a difference, you already know this feeling. If that's you, tap like right now, not as a favor to me, but as a small signal to yourself that this message matters. Now here's something most people don't realize. Small habits don't change your life directly. They change who you become, and that changes everything. Doing something once doesn't define you. Repeating it does. You don't become confident by one confident action. You become confident by stacking small proofs that you show up. This is how identity is built. Not through motivation, through evidence. Every time you complete a small habit, your brain updates its story about you. I'm someone who follows through. I'm someone who shows up. I'm someone who keeps promises. That story is powerful because once you believe it, behavior follows automatically. This is why habits beat motivation every time. Habits ask, do I feel like it? Habits say, this is just what I do. And here's something most people don't realize. The beginning feels unrewarding. There's no applause, no dramatic improvement, no visible change, just repetition. That's why most people never experience compounding. They leave before it starts. If you're still watching, it tells me you're not looking for shortcuts. You're looking for something real. That's rare. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is probably the right moment. This channel isn't about hype. It's about understanding how change actually works. Let's talk about the biggest mistake people make with habits. They try to be impressive. They turn something simple into something extreme. They hear small habits and still aim for perfection. Perfect routines, perfect schedules, perfect days. That's not discipline, that's pressure. And pressure always breaks consistency. A real micro-habit should feel almost too easy. So easy that you'd feel ridiculous skipping it. Because the goal isn't intensity, it's continuity. You're not trying to win today, you're trying to still be here next month. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can become in a year. Small habits fix that distortion. They keep you in the game, and staying in the game is everything. Here's something subtle but important. Consistency isn't built on good days, it's built on bad ones. Anyone can show up when they feel inspired. The habit survives when you don't.
That's why small habits work even when motivation disappears. They don't demand energy, they create momentum. Momentum is what carries you forward when effort feels heavy. If this is clicking for you, leave a comment that says consistency, not for engagement, but because writing it makes the idea stick. Now let's talk about compounding. Compounding doesn't feel linear. Nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens. Then suddenly, everything changes. People only notice the outcome. They don't see the buildup. They assume talent. They assume luck. They assume something magical happened. It didn't. It was repetition. Quiet, boring, uncelebrated repetition. That's why small habits feel weak in the moment, but unstoppable over time. They don't fight your life. They fit into it. And once they fit, they stay. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't need a better plan. You need a smaller one. You don't need to change your life. You need to change one daily action. And you don't need motivation. You need structure. When the action is small enough, excuses disappear. And when excuses disappear, progress becomes inevitable. That's real leverage. If this video has given you clarity so far, subscribe, because clarity beats motivation every time. Let's bring this to a close. You don't wake up one day successful. You wake up one day consistent long enough that success is inevitable. The habits you repeat today are writing the story you'll live tomorrow. Quietly, slowly, relentlessly. No one will clap for your early effort, and that's fine, because one day the results will speak for you. Small habits don't look powerful, but they are. And once they compound, there's no going back.